Well, hello everyone, what is going on? It is the Almighty Jeff and I'm here with episode 19 of Assassin's Creed. In the previous episode we managed to assassinate Majd ad-Din after completing all the investigations in the Middle District of Jerusalem. Now in this episode we are making our way through the Damascus Middle District, doing the usual collecting, and this is the last time that we'll actually be doing so in Damascus. And you'll see in this episode I do actually manage to collect all 100 flags, which is another additional memory dealt with. Now obviously in the previous Q&As we've done 2 on like kind of miscellaneous topics, and then I did 3 in a row on gaming. We're moving away from gaming now and we're actually starting on movies. Now one of my favourite series of films is the Star Wars series, and so Ron has very kindly given me quite a few questions relating to Star Wars that I can answer. Some of them are quite big questions that I can talk quite a bit about, so it should be quite a decent video and a decent Q&A. So without further ado, let's get fired straight up into the first one. So the first question is, rank each movie from the worst to the best. Now I don't think anyone will disagree with me when I say that the worst film of the Star Wars series is The Phantom Menace. It's a no-brainer. It's just terrible. Like there's just hardly anything that's good about that film. And then goes Attack of the Clones at my 6th favourite, and Revenge of the Sith at the 5th favourite. Pretty much the prequels are pretty terrible, to be honest. And then so number 4 is, I would say, Return of the Jedi. Not that I hate any of the original trilogy. I love every single one of them. They're some of my favourites. But I just like the other 2 more than Return of the Jedi. I think that was probably the more cringy one out of the 3. Like, especially with the Ewoks. Like, I mean, I love the Ewoks. They were quite cute and stuff. And editing the Hayden Christensen in at the end, it's a little bit cringy, but it's still good. 4th favourite. Wait, no. 3rd favourite, sorry. 3rd favourite is A New Hope, the first one. Well, not the first one. The oldest one. Again, it's an amazing film. Definitely opened up doors for Star Wars, making it such a popular series it is today. It wouldn't be where it is today without A New Hope, obviously. The 2nd favourite is The Force Awakens, obviously the latest film, which I really enjoyed. Like, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, it was the first Star Wars film that I watched, and it was obviously did a good job, because it got me into watching the entire rest of the series, and it's become one of my favourites now, so that's why The Force Awakens is at number 2. Really great effects, really great story. It combines the best of the prequels and the original trilogy as well. Obviously the characters from the original trilogy, some of the special effects which have improved obviously since the prequels. And I'm really looking forward to Rogue One, which comes out in December I think, and then Star Wars Episode 8, which comes out next year I think. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to 2 years of Star Wars, and my favourite is obviously The Empire Strikes Back. Obviously that massive plot twist at the end, even though pretty much everybody knew about it before they even watched it, about Darth Vader being Luke's father. It's not just that though, I just think that it's such a great film. It's definitely, I've watched it loads of times, The Empire Strikes Back, and that is my favourite of the series. Number 2 is, who is the most badass Jedi? Ooh, that is a good question. I'd probably say Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, I think he's definitely more badass towards the end, well, in the original trilogy, even though he does only star in A New Hope. I do think he is definitely just kind of, everyone, you think of a Jedi, you've got Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, Yoda obviously is also an awesome Jedi, but he's not really badass. I think like the only time you really see him in action is in Revenge of the Sith, and then I mean like it's not that great. I mean, it's just that the fight off with Darth Sidious. But Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think I should say, is probably the most badass Jedi. Which is the best lightsaber colour? Blue. We'll go with blue, because blue's a nice colour. I like blue. What's the best lightsaber duel in the series? Ah, good question. Maybe between Obi-Wan and Anakin in Revenge of the Sith when they're over the volcano. I quite liked that one. I mean, it kind of set out from different of the film. I mean, despite Anakin being a very well, actually both of them being kind of cringeworthy, to be honest, the relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan. But I did enjoy that lightsaber battle, though. I think it was quite well put together, and I think it was quite enjoyable to watch, set aside from the rest of the film, to be honest. What do you consider the biggest money grab in the series? Something they've put in just to sell toys? It's a good question. I'd probably say Jar Jar Binks. But I'm not sure if that's really for the toys. It's more about trying to get a bigger audience, trying to make kids enjoy the series. Even though I think pretty much all the kids hated Jar Jar Binks, so I don't think anybody liked Jar Jar Binks. I think he's just one of the worst things to ever happen to the series ever. And they just brought him back for the other two episodes of the prequels as well. I mean, obviously did not have that much of an impact as the first one, which is obviously pretty much the main reason why everyone hates the Phantom Menace so much. That and the cringeworthy animation and the really stupid voices that they did for some of the alien races. But you know, other than that, you know, I'd say Jar Jar Binks basically. What do you think is the biggest what the fuck moment in the series? Something that they pulled you out of the movie and made you think, what, that can't happen. I don't know if we mean in terms of going against something the series has gone with or amazing plot twist. I'm gonna go with Han Solo. Actually, you know what? Spoiler alert. I'm gonna say it now because it's from the most recent Star Wars film. And if you've not watched it, first of all, why not? And second of all, big spoilers, skip to the next question. Okay, skip about 30 seconds forward or something like that. I don't know. But do not comment like freaking, you know, I did warn you, basically. Han Solo's death in The Force Awakens. That... even though that was the first time I'd watched it, the first time I watched the series, I knew who Han Solo was, and I knew that he was a very important character to the series. And then when he was stabbed by Kylo Ren, and that scream that Chewbacca does afterwards, it hurt, basically. Even though it was the first time I'd seen Star Wars, it was a painful death to watch, so I think that was the biggest WTF moment in the series. What is the best dogfight in the movies? Ooh. I don't know what you mean by dogfight, if you mean like fighting in the air, in the spaceships. So I'll probably go with in A New Hope, when they blow up the Death Star. I mean, obviously you've got like the chasing through those like narrow like pathways in the Death Star. I think that's a really enjoyable scene. I think it's a very memorable one, something that's parodied quite a lot in other films like the Family Guy spoofs of Star Wars, so I'm probably going to say that. I'm not sure if that's wrong though, let me know if that's not what you meant. Leia, a legitimate Disney princess or not? I find it difficult to claim. I mean, even though she is a princess, like she seems more than that to me. I don't think she fits that stereotype. I don't think she likes being a princess. After A New Hope, I think she's more of a general kind of person, especially as you see in The Force Awakens. She definitely takes a more military role. Like, don't anyone call her Princess Leia then? So I would not say that she is a legitimate Disney princess. I mean, it still shames me to say that Star Wars has become a Disney product. I think it was perfectly fine just before it. I can't see it providing many benefits. But you know, we'll have to see how that goes. But no, I don't say that Leia is a legitimate Disney princess. Return of the Jedi. Droids are being tortured on Jabba's barge by applying hot irons to their feet, resulting in their screaming. Why do droids have the ability to feel pain? That is an odd question. I don't know. Maybe the little remove the likeliness of it'll improve the chances of survival. Like, if there wasn't a reason that humans had nerves, obviously it's for improving chances of survival, so maybe they'll know if they've been stabbed on the arm, they're not just gonna carry on walking. Like, they'll feel it, and then they'll turn around and they'll have a high chance of surviving the situation. I don't know. They're just droids. I think they're not completely robotic in the way that they act through the series, are they? They have some kind of human characteristics to them. Maybe they can feel pain. Which is the best Death Star? That's a good question. Does it matter? They're all pretty destructible. So the biggest one, because it looks the best. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see when Rogue One comes out, because it was about the creation of the original Death Star in that. So maybe there's more to it than we saw in the original trilogy. So we'll just go with that. Yeah, man. How do Death Stars get to their system so quickly? Can they go at light speed? I mean, I don't see why not. I guess they could. They've clearly got the technology. I mean, the Millennium Falcon did. I can't understand why the Death Stars couldn't. Or it could just be plot convenience. Who knows? Probably one of the two. Probably the latter one, I would say. Given the immersive resources and cost of the Death Stars and the annoying tendency of the rebels to blow them up, why do you suppose the Empire keeps building them? Because they look evil. Like, if you're an evil army and you embrace the dark side, you want a star that's got the word death in it. And you know, it's just kind of there, you know what I mean? It's kind of, if it wasn't for the rebel forces blowing up, it would be a big step up, and they do try, just very poorly, to make sure that it actually works. So, you know, you just need to give them a memo saying, yo, hide the force field button and stop the rebels blowing them up. I mean, we don't want that to happen, we want the rebels to win, so don't send that memo actually. But I don't know, they're idiots. Plot convenience. I'm gonna go with plot convenience. A lot of these questions are about plot convenience. And the final question is, who's the best villain? Vader, Palpatine, Maul, or someone else? Probably Vader. I think Vader's probably the most badass. Like, come on. Like, some of the best battles were between Vader and Luke, especially in The Empire Strikes Back. Sidious, I don't think he would be anywhere. Well, Palpatine, Sidious, would be anywhere without Anakin. Obviously, his death is pretty much just being picked up and then thrown down a chasm. Like, Vader had an honourable death, and I mean, I don't class him as an enemy afterwards. I think he turned to the light. Well, obviously, he turned good at the very end, obviously, because he became one of those Jedi ghosts, along with Yoda and Obi-Wan. But, you know, Vader's definitely the one that everyone remembers, and there's a very good reason why he's the one that everyone remembers. So, yeah, that is all the questions about Star Wars. Those are really great questions to respond to. I don't know what's going to come next time. We might do another film thing, maybe a TV series, maybe something else, maybe something like... I'm quite keen on dipping my pen in the controversy ink. So, you know, maybe we'll get something like that. But whatever happens, the next Q&A will be episode 21, I think, which will be next Thursday in exactly a week. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.